Good morning again, everyone. So I am so excited to introduce our next speaker, and it is absolutely my pleasure to take the stage and introduce First Lady of Maryland, Dawn Moore. Um, We are thrilled to have her with us today to speak about maternal health and the Moore Miller administration's initiative to increase healthcare resources for women in Maryland. I will say, as I said earlier, from the time we all took the oath, specifically the governor, the Moore administration has been absolutely committed and just behind the health department and all the work we've done. And, you know, if you've heard the governor speak before, he says that the budget and what we pay for is a moral compass of what we value. And he has put millions and millions of dollars into maternal child health so we can move the needle. And without further ado, First Lady Moore.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Good. It's so wonderful. What a wonderful turnout. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Secretary Scott, for your leadership and to the Department of Health. Um, uh, my name is Dawn Flythe, and I am the First Lady of the state of Maryland. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a real honor and a real privilege. I am the mother of two beautiful children, Mia and James, and the wife of Wes Moore, the 63rd governor of the state of Maryland, the first African-American governor in the state of Maryland, only the third in the country, and the only sitting Black governor at this moment. I also want to thank Coppin State for hosting this conference, and thank you. I don't know if President Jenkins is here, but he has been a tremendous leader, so I want to thank him as well. I also want to thank the Maryland Patient Safety Center for making this summit happen. I am moved by the work that you do every day to uplift women, and safeguarding the well-being of mothers hits even closer to home as we approach Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to everyone here. Today, I want to talk about why we need this community now more than ever. So here are the facts, and I know you know them, but Black women are 2 times more likely to die from pregnancy than white women. A Black woman is 2 times more likely to experience a maternal near-miss event. Hypertension is the leading cause of death for Hispanic women. And in 2024, women of color continue to be misdiagnosed, undiagnosed, and underdiagnosed. But there is hope, and that hope is in this room right now. I'm inspired by the women warriors here today who are taking a stand. I'm talking about the women like our keynote speaker, Dr. Keisha Baptiste Roberts from Morgan State. Dr. Baptiste Roberts reminded us that the healthcare system is not always attentive to women, especially women of color. And she is on the front lines of inspiring a new generation of women to take control of their health. We're also seeing increased advocacy in the mainstream, even among women of color in Hollywood. I'm talking about women like Dr. Ellen Rucker Sellers. Doctors overlooked Ellen's post-pregnancy concerns, so Ellen brought her own team in to take over her care. They saved her life. Ellen and her husband, Bakari Sellers, are now vocal advocates for Black maternal health. I'm also talking about women like Serena Williams. Serena experienced life-threatening complications post-pregnancy. She raised concerns with her doctors, but they did not act. She faced a series of major health crises. That's why Serena joined forces with journalist Elaine Welterworth to cover the cost of midwifery care for families across the country. And that work isn't just inspiring, it's personal. I learned about the roles of midwives and doulas during the birth of my first child, Mia. I have to give it to my husband, who supported me all throughout this process. He thought it was important that I had a doula during my pregnancy and during the birth and afterwards. Everyone tends to look out for the baby, as we well know. And as someone who is living with MS, I was considered a high risk pregnancy at that time. And so having a doula made all the difference because she was focused on me. People like Dr. Baptiste Roberts, Dr. Rutger Sellers, Serena Williams, and Elaine Welterworth, Welter Roth are leading the way, but they are not alone. We need to work together to ensure greater access to maternal health services for all women, regardless of zip code, income, and background. We need to apply a holistic approach to address social determinants of health at the root. And Maryland is leading the way. Under the leadership of Secretary Scott, the Moore Miller administration is expanding resources for women across the state. We are partnering with reproductive health clinics to ensure Black women are included in quality improvement work at hospitals. We expanded Medicaid access to prenatal and postpartum care for women regardless of immigration status. We provided resources to support women who have a history of substance use. And the Moore Miller administration expanded the number of practices that use peer support models like centering pregnancy for mothers. Since day one, the Moore Miller administration promised to leave no one behind. By investing in our communities, by increasing access to healthcare, and by making sure that women are seen and supported every day in every way. A lot of great work is happening in Maryland, but our work does not end here. Today, I'm excited to announce a new partnership. Maryland's Department of Health is joining forces with organizations across the public and private sectors to advance birth equity. This groundbreaking collaborative will conduct a comprehensive survey of birth equity in Maryland and identify opportunities for investment. Some of our partners are in the audience with us today. We have Nikki Highsmith-Vernick from the Horizon Foundation. Is she here? Yes, please give a round of applause. Molly Duran from the Strauss Foundation. And I hope I don't mess up this last name. And Kristen Kinkhoff from the Richmond Foundation. Thank you so much for your leadership. We are excited about what's in store. This partnership embodies how my husband leads. He is data-driven and heart-led. The challenges we are up against are too big for us to face alone, and the stakes are too high for us to fail. The only way forward is together. My husband and I are grateful for your commitment to this work. We want you to know that you have a full partner in the State House. And together, we will build a legacy that those who came before us and those who come after us deserve. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your leadership.